My name is Tucker Jones, and I am a graduate student in the Department of Psychological Sciences, and I'm also the GTA for the Teaching and Learning Center. This semester, I am teaching a large lecture section of childhood and adolescent psychology, as well as co-teaching the Principles of College Teaching class. Now, I absolutely love teaching. It's one of my favorite things to do. And that's because I love going into the classroom and having these conversations with my students, of sharing what it is that I like doing, what it is that I like studying, why I fell in love with the field of psychology. I love having the opportunity to share that and have these conversations with my students. And this has been kind of a difficult time. These transitions to this online remote teaching learning platform has been very tough for me because I am having a much harder time having these conversations with my students. Now, what I'm doing is just recording these lectures. And essentially, I feel like I'm just talking to myself, and I feel like I'm just throwing all of this information out onto the internet and hoping that my students are responding well to this, that they're appreciating what I'm doing, or that they are able to kind of understand and work with this new format. And it's been kind of difficult experience, but fortunately, I've had several students reach out to me and say thank you for what it is that I'm doing. And that has meant the world to me. That has meant so much to hear from my students and hear them say, we really appreciate what it is that you're doing. We recognize the effort that you're putting into this. And that's been really helpful for me. And that's been helpful in a lot of ways because that helps me to stay motivated with what I'm doing. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of share with you some of those messages that I've received from my students. So first message I received was the student saying, this is not a concern or a question, but I just wanted to say I am so beyond thankful for how you are handling and going about this situation in our lives right now. Not only does it make my life as a student easier, but it makes me so appreciative to such a kind, hardworking, and accepting professor like yourself during this annoying and confusing time. I just figured I would send you an email expressing this to you so that you know your positive and flexible attitudes, as well as the effort you have put in, does not go unnoticed. Glad to have such an amazing professor for such an intriguing subject. Another message I received is the student was asking me a question about one of the assignments, but at the end of the email, they said, P.S. I understand how hard it is to transfer a scientific class that contains and teaches such non-visual content and knowledge as this one. Keep it up. You're an amazing and entertaining professor. And in another assignment, a student left the following comment where they said, thank you for making video explanations of what it is that you're doing in class. Now that it's changed to an online format, I am very confused as to what my other teachers want us to do and what everybody else is doing is so different. That's causing me to miss some assignments. Your class, on the other hand, is very well explained and has taken the level of stress off my plate. Love all the videos and insight provided, so I have no questions thus far. These types of messages, like I was saying, really mean a lot to me, but they are also communicating something else. Our students know how difficult this transition is for everyone, and they recognize the time, the energy, and the effort we are all putting into our remote classes. And they may not always say as much, but they really do appreciate the work that we are doing at this time. And so I believe that with organization, a little bit of patience, and a lot of empathy, we can still make this semester a very effective and very excellent learning opportunity for our students. And we can still build that sense of community with our students that we've been building so hard up until this point. And so I know this current situation isn't ideal, but rather than focus on all of the negative things that are going on, I have decided to focus on what I can control, and that is the type of learning experience that I am providing for my students. And I'm trying to make it as straightforward as possible and as enjoyable as possible. And I know my students are going to appreciate this, and many of them have told me that they do appreciate this. And at the end of the day, they're the ones who I'm doing this for. I love teaching because of my students. My name is Tucker Jones, and I teach at K-State.